Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Woodforth II from Goddard Space Flight Center, and I'm your Masters of Ceremony for today. I would like to welcome you to the 2013 Agency Honor Awards. This annual awards ceremony is an opportunity for us to come together to honor NASA's best of the best. Before we begin, please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Military District of Washington's Joint Armed Forces Color Guard, and please remain standing during the performance of the national anthem by our very own Miss Omega Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Shoulder, right shoulder, hurt. Ready? Step. Pause. 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 Pause.
Please be seated. I would like to extend our appreciation to the Military District of Washington's Joint Armed Forces Color Guard and to Omega Jones for her outstanding performance. Let's give them a big round of applause. At this time, I would like to invite our Deputy Administrator, Ms. Lori Garver, to the stage to say a few words. Ma'am?
Thank you so much and welcome. It is great to be here for our 2013 Headquarters Honor Awards. We're here to thank all of you and to show our appreciation for the amazing work that you have done carrying out what has been a tremendous year of accomplishment, really unmatched as we go about delivering on the promise that we have made with the American public. The incredible achievements across all of our activities, from human spaceflight, the International Space Station, to our aeronautics programs, our Earth and space science programs, and our ability to help communicate and educate the public about all that we're doing. So we're here to show our appreciation and also for some inspiration. And I can think of no better way to start than that video and that amazing rendition from Ms. Jones. And now for our keynote speaker, who is someone who is part of the NASA family, and it's my privilege to introduce. So Dr. Charles Alachi is the director of JPL. He has been the director of the Jet Propulsion Lab for 12 years. As far as I can tell, the very longest serving of our leaders of our facilities, since I know you're not officially a center. The accomplishments of you and of JPL during your tenure are unmatched. You play a role in so much of what we do. We are about to celebrate the year's anniversary of the Curiosity landing, and I know that people have seen that as one of the pinnacle events of the agency, certainly over the last number of years. Charles is a true leader at JPL. Granted, he has a little more license not being a center and a federal workplace than the rest of us, and I know we look with envy at their ability to innovate in many areas, especially in public outreach, but we take credit for it all. I'm sure you do not need to be reminded that we do. You bring an energy to this job that after 12 years I find just incredible. Your ability to communicate within your own workforce, but beyond, and out innovating the rest of the world in technology, in science, earth and space science, as well as in education and public outreach, is something that we owe you a great debt of gratitude for. You have a professional career prior to your time in this job, primarily at JPL for 43 years. And it is really a testament to all of you. You selected him as our keynote speaker today, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Please help me welcome Dr. Charles Alachi.
Thank you, Lori, and I'm glad she said it's the longest serving director, not the oldest serving director, so I really appreciate that. First, I want to tell you I'm extremely honored to be part of the event here, seeing the people that we work with all the time and the accomplishment you have done. As was mentioned, last summer, we all showed the world what amazing things our agency can do by landing a car-sized rover on Mars, and that was just one example of what our agency, does. And it was not only about the science and the engineering, but it also was about the human spirit, of how do we work as a team and what our country can accomplish, when we put our mind to it and we work as a team. And I have to tell you, we have inspired, literally, all you have inspired tens of millions of people around the world. And I tell you, if even that the landing was the most exciting thing, Charlie and I were sitting next to each other. But what I found particularly rewarding is after, all the emails that I got from people I never heard of, before. And every email had the word inspired, uplifted, proud, awed, brings the best of us. So it is in a way, each and every one of you, in one way or another, have helped make this mission successful and this event happen. So you all touched it in one way or another, either by cheering for it or by actually funding it if you were at headquarters, or by participating like with our friends at Langley who were really critical for us to really make a successful entry, descent, and landing, on Mars. So what I'm going to start by is to pump you up a little bit. I'm going to show a video which I've seen 500 times, 600 times already. And every time I see it, I can tell you my heartbeat goes up by 50%. And even my cardiologist is getting worried about me watching this video. But I thought it's something which really show you what our agency does. So if we can start with the video.
That great things take many people working together to make them happen is one of the fantastic things of human existence.
Not only have we driven the rover, we've moved its arm, put it all through its paces, but it's been in a thermal vacuum chamber and kept very cold. Parts of it have been in a centrifuge. We've done drop tests, pull tests, drive tests, load tests, stress tests. Just an amazing amount of testing this vehicle has gone through. We've tried every way of operating the vehicle using the software, literally thousands and thousands of hours of software testing. It's been just an amazing several years, really, of constant testing and development, finding problems, fixing those problems, and going on to the next problem. I think she's ready to go.
LC, this is the LD on Channel 1. LC, you have permission to launch.
Roger. Proceeding with the count.
T-minus 10, 9, 8.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1. Main engine start, 0. And liftoff of the Atlas V with Curiosity. She concludes the planetary puzzle about life on Mars.
Am I confident that she's going to go and she's going to be successful? Absolutely. It's going to go and she'll be good.
Things are looking good. Coming up on entry. Vehicle reports entry interface. At this time, it'll begin pressurizing the propulsion system to increase the thrust of the system. We'll use that for all the maneuvering in the atmosphere we're about to do. We are standing by for guided start of guided entry. We are beginning to feel the atmosphere as we go in here. The vehicle has just reported via tones that it has started guided entry. At this time, the vehicle is beginning to steer its way to the target. We have seen peak deceleration. That is starting its first bank reversal. We should have parachute deploy around Mach 1.7. The parachute is deployed. We are decelerating. Feed chill has separated where we found the ground. Standing by for back shell separation. We are in powered flight. We're at altitude of 1 kilometer descending. Standing by for sky crane. Sky crane has started. Touchdown confirmed. We're safe on Mars. Time to see where our curiosity will take us.
What a fantastic demonstration of what our nation and our agency can do. I could only think of the words of Teddy Roosevelt as I was sitting there. It is far better to dare mighty things even though we might fail, than to stay in a twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. And the team brought us victory.
Today, right now, the wheels of curiosity have begun to blaze the trail for human footprints on Mars. This is an amazing achievement.
Well, today on Mars, history was made on Earth. The successful landing of Curiosity marks what is really an unprecedented technological tour de force. It will stand as an American point of pride far into the future.
We've got a long mission ahead of us, and because of that and the capability of this rover, we have this possibility for just monumental science accomplishments.
Within 2 months, the team found an ancient riverbed, evidence of flowing water.
We have found a habitable environment that is so benign and supportive of life that probably if this water was around and you had been on the planet, you would have been able to drink it.
And I would say this agency makes history every day. And each one of you is part of that history that's being made. I mean, be it, sometimes I'm amazed when I think we've had a human in space for 13 years, continuous, or 14 years by now, on the space station. By January, we could say that our nation have been present on the surface of Mars for a decade. I mean, that is amazing when you think about what you have actually accomplished. So I thought what I would do is, I can't do anything without showing some slides. I guess that's part of my DNA. So I thought, considering that Mars is one of the major objectives of our agency to send a human to Mars, and knowing that many of you are very expert about Mars, but there are lots of young people and some of your family, I thought I'll say a few words about Mars and why it is an important place to be a goal for our nation, to head toward. Now, Mars is to some extent very similar to Earth. If you look at the land mass on Mars, it's the same as the land mass on Earth. If we take the oceans away, 3/4 is ocean and 1/4 is land. So the land mass on Mars is about the same as here. So it's a big place. It has polar caps like our planet. It has an atmosphere, much thinner than our atmosphere, but it has an atmosphere, on it. It's much colder. The day is the same as the day here on Earth. It takes 2 years on Mars, or the year on Mars is about 2 years on Earth. So it's not very different. And it's one of the closest, planets to us. And let me show you a little bit more, getting closer to Mars, why it looks so much like Earth. If we go on the next slide, if you look at those two pictures, one of them is a Grand Canyon that we have in Arizona, and the other one is a Grand Canyon on Mars. So they look very similar. So that said that the geologic activity are somewhat very similar between Mars, and Earth. If we go on the next slide. If you look more in detail, if you are on the surface in Arizona and you look toward the Grand Canyon and see those layered rocks, on the right-hand side is a picture taken from Opportunity, in this case, of a crater on Mars, and you see the same layering also that you see on Mars. So that says that the evolution of the geology, the deposit which have been put over millions of years, also are very similar. If we go on the next slide, Earth has volcanoes, Mars has volcanoes. On the left-hand side is a volcano in Northern California. On the right-hand side is Mount Olympus on Mars, which is the largest structure in the solar system. It's higher than Mount Everest. So that clearly says that when that volcano formed, there was a lot of volcanic activity happening on Mars. Now, today it's dead. It's not active. So something happened and stopped that activity on Mars. And that's one of the things we are trying to understand. But clearly, at some past time, it was very similar to Earth. Volcanic activity was happening. We found from Spirit and Opportunity, and now from Curiosity, that actually there were oceans on Mars, similar to the ocean on Earth. So the key question is, if Mars is very similar to Earth, it has volcanoes, it has canyons, geologic phenomena are similar, it had oceans in the past, could have life started on it? And if it did, what happened to it? What changed during that time? And that's one of the key objectives that we have in our exploration, of that planet. So if we go on the next slide, and that's usually a test I give to my students at Caltech. Tell them, guess which one is Mars and which one is Death Valley, or Owens Valley in California. It's hard to tell. So the point is that all these phenomena are very similar. So the day when we'll be sending the first astronaut, when she lands on Mars, she's going to look at it, it's going to look very familiar. Not familiar like if you are from the East Coast, but familiar if you are from Arizona or Nevada or California on it. So it really will be a very familiar place for us to expand our humankind. So if I go on the next one. And now let me tell you about some of the results which came from the rover that we have from Curiosity. These are very close pictures taken of what we call sedimentary rocks, or conglomerate if you are a geologist. The one on the right is from Earth here, and you see these pebbles, which are kind of stuck together because they were formed at the bottom of a river, and the river kind of around the rocks a little bit as they tumble through the river. So if you look in a creek, you only see mostly rounded rocks. On the left is a picture taken on Mars, which also indicate that actually the rock was formed in a similar way. So actually, we believe that this area where we landed was exactly where a river was flowing in the past, and now it dried up, and we are seeing the remnants in the rocks of it. But more exciting, if we go on the next slide, we actually drilled through the surface of Mars. Now, everybody was concerned that the surface of Mars is all red, that means it's rusted, and therefore it's oxidized, and therefore that's not very good for organic material. Well, that's why you take antioxidant, so oxidation is not very good. So we were worried how deep that oxidation went. Well, fortunately, it turned out as we started drilling, literally within a fraction of an inch, we start seeing that gray dust coming out, which is an indication that just below the surface, things are not oxidized. Well, the next step, we take that sample and we put them in an instrument built at Goddard and did the analysis of that thing. And I can tell you that every molecule or every atomic component which is in your body actually exists on Mars. We have carbon, you have nitrogen, you have phosphate, everything which forms our DNA, you find it on Mars. Now, I want to emphasize we have not found life, but all the ingredients for life that are on Earth, you find them on Mars. So that clearly begs immediately the question, if you had all the ingredients, if you had water, if the environment is very similar, could have life evolved on Mars? And that's our goal that we're trying to accomplish in our program. So let me go to the next slide. And this is the area where we just finished, exploring. And I can tell you, starting a week ago, we are on a trek now toward the hills, where we are seeing layers, of different strata, and our intent over the next couple of years to climb over those hills and basically measure the composition at each different layer. So that will tell us the history of what actually happened on Mars over the last few billion years. If we go on the next slide. So now let me talk about the engineering challenges. Clearly, one of the most challenging things is the entry, descent, and landing, when you land on another planet. And here is, in my mind, the perfect team effort between JPL, Langley, Ames, and a number of centers, where we came up with these ingenious ways of how you land on another planet. So on the left-hand side is how we landed Spirit and Opportunity. Just come down and you inflate airbags. Wow, that looks kind of crazy a little bit, but that turned out, engineering-wise, that's the most elegant way of doing it. But then when we moved to Curiosity, because it's much bigger, we couldn't use the airbags. So here the engineers, across NASA come up with this other crazy idea, which is to do a sky crane. And as you know here at NASA, the crazier the idea is, the more attractive we find about it, because that's what we are in the business of, pushing the limit. And like one employee told me, the reason they like working at NASA is they get in the morning with their colleagues and they think about what's impossible and they go and do it. That's what NASA is all about. That's what all of you are, all about. And I'm sure people thought, NASA, we are crazy when we say we're going to have humans in Earth's orbit for a decade. They said, you guys are crazy. Well, we have done it. I'm sure people are saying the same thing on the asteroid mission. Saying, oh, you mean you are going to bring an asteroid, and put it in orbit around the moon? Well, that's what NASA is about. We think it can be done. That's the kind of challenge that our agency was created to actually do. So let me go to the next slide. So that was one of the key challenges. Last one, let me illustrate to you a little bit the kind of things that seem to be impossible, but actually we all collectively go and do them. After Curiosity traveled 450 million kilometers to get to Mars, we landed within 2 kilometers on the surface. If we go on the next slide, that will give you an illustration of what that means. That is the same as if you hit a golf ball, from California towards St. Andrews in England, and the golf ball has to come straight in the cup. And just to make it a little challenging for the golfers, the cup is moving at high speed, and you still have to get it in the cup. So this is a kind of problem or challenge that seemed to be impossible, but we at NASA, take that challenge and actually go, and implement it. Now, before I go on the next slide, I want to tell you a story which kind of show you about we NASA still are part of the Renaissance that have started 300-400 years ago. And it's a story about Leonardo da Vinci. About 3 years ago, I was invited by an Italian, reporter to go and visit the Royal Library in Turin. And that's where the Codex of Flight, the actual notes of Leonardo da Vinci about birds, how they fly, and so on, actually was put in the vault there. And that's what led to a lot of the theory in aeronautics and flight and so on. So I go there, and of course the guards take me down, to the vault, and they pull out the Leonardo book, and they started looking through it, and I was blown away. And let's show you the next slide. On the left is the drawings that Leonardo had, and on the right is Curiosity, how we're landing it. If we go on the next slide. On the left is a sketch that Leonardo had about how if you fly, how you come and land and rove, and on the right is the lander that we have on Curiosity. You can see, so we are, if Leonardo was alive today, he would love to be at NASA, and do this kind of thing. So let me go to the next slide. Now, these things seem easy, but I can tell you they are very tough. We do have challenges, we do have problems. So on the case of Curiosity, when we were testing the parachute, the first time we tested at Ames, that's the picture at your left, it went in pieces. So we said, 4-letter words, what do I do now? But of course, very calmly, the engineers sit down after they calm down a little bit. They sit down and start figuring it out. So then we got the one on the right where it didn't break, but it wouldn't open, completely. So, okay, now what do we do now? But then they sat down, brought a bunch of young, smart people, and they actually, at the end, find the solution to do it. So these are the kind of things that we do every day, but people don't hear about them because, we take that as part of our job. As things never work the first time, but we face a challenge, and we learn from sometimes our setbacks and our mistakes and move on and improve what we are doing. So let me finish with the next slide. For me, that's an iconic slide, one of my preferred ones. The picture on the left, I'm sure you recognize it, the footprint of Neil Armstrong on the surface. I remember exactly when that happened, what day, who was with me in the room, what TV I was watching. That was when I was still my first year in graduate school. I was sitting in the lobby of our student house with a bunch of friends of mine, and I remember each and every one of them of what happened on that day. And when I saw that footprint, I said, I want to be part of that. And I never looked back. So what I'm hoping is the picture on the right is our footprint, collective footprint through the rover, on Mars. And I hope the present generation will look at that picture and say, I want to be part of that. And I'm going to do what's in the next slide. And that's to have humans on Mars in our lifetime. And that quote for me is exactly what NASA is about. We do not go where the path may lead, but we go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Thank you very much. You all have left a great trail.
Well, thank you, Dr. Alachi, for illustrating how thrilling and inspirational interplanetary spaceflight can be. We're truly fortunate to have you here today with us. Thank you. Ms. Garber, Mr. Bolden, will you please join us on stage for the presentation of the awards?
Right there.
Okay. All right. We will now begin with the presentation of the Headquarters Agency Honor Awards. The first category is the Group Achievement Award. This award recognizes a group of government and/or non-government personnel for an outstanding accomplishment through the coordination of many individual efforts which have been contributed substantially to the NASA's mission. Today we honor 15 in this category. The 2012 Virtual Executive Summit Team for ingenuity in the creation of NASA's first virtual executive summit and development of a groundbreaking virtual learning capability within NASA. Erica Bovaird will accept this award for the group. Angry Birds Space for outstanding talent and contributions in inspiring huge audiences regarding space exploration and NASA's programs through the creation of Angry Birds Space. Bertram R. Ulrich will accept this award for the group. Data at Rest Encryption Team for outstanding achievement by the Data at Rest Encryption Project Team in encrypting NASA's computer systems to protect sensitive data and increase NASA's security profile. Jackie R. Gill will accept this award for the group. A team representative for the F-22 Life Support System Independent Analysis Team could not be with us today. The team is being honored for outstanding technical expertise and dedicated support to NASA Engineering and Safety Center's investigation of the F-22 Life Support System. Mission STEM Website Working Group for exceptional group achievement in the collaborative design, development, and deployment of a new civil rights compliance website. Mission STEM for NASA grant recipients. Sharon J. Wagner will accept this award for the group. MSL Launch and Landing, NASA Management and Support. For exceptional management and execution of the global events for Mars Science Laboratory Launch and Curiosity Landing, Kristen J. Erickson will accept this award for the group. NASA Acquisition Forecast Team. For outstanding performance in redesigning the NASA Acquisition Forecast website in 2012, David B. Grove will accept this award for the group. NASA Headquarters Breach Response Team. For outstanding support to the entire NASA community in responding to the major breach of personally identifiable information that occurred in October 2012, Marion C. Meissner will accept this award for the group. NASA Social Media Team for Mars Curiosity Landing. For unprecedented, exceptional teamwork across 7 NASA field centers to educate and inform the public about the Mars Curiosity rover through an interactive NASA social event. Jason Townsend will accept this award for the group. Open Innovation Program. For introducing and demonstrating the value of non-monetized mass collaborations within the federal government as a way to accelerate the development of new technology, Nicholas G. Skeitlin will accept this award for the group. Sentinel Mission Partnership NASA Development Team. For the development of the partnership between NASA and the B612 Foundation for the Sentinel Mission, Michelle M. Gates will accept this award for the group. SMD OCT Cross-Directorate Collaboration Team for setting the standard for cross-directorate collaboration, leveraging agency resources, and reducing duplication of effort in developing mission-critical technology. Jaya Bajpayee will accept this award for the group. Space Shuttle Orbiter's Final Ferry Offload Team for securing a fitting in to the NASA Space Shuttle program by safely delivering the orbiters for permanent display, including low-level flyovers seen by millions of people. Dorothy S. Rasko will accept this award for the group. Van Allen Probes Project Team for exceptional dedication, skill, teamwork, and perseverance in developing and delivering the Van Allen probes for its long-awaited science mission on time and under budget. Richard Fitzgerald will accept this award for the group. Web Application Security Program Team for significantly improving the agency's IT security posture through effective management, identification, and coordination of remediation of the web application vulnerabilities. Howard G. White will accept this award for the group. Our next category is the Early Career Achievement Medal. This medal is awarded for unusual and significant performance during the first 10 years of an individual's early career in support of the agency. Performance is characterized by unusual initiative or a creative achievement that clearly demonstrates a significant contribution in the individual's discipline area that directly contributes to NASA's mission and goals. Today, we honor one in this category. Catherine L. Scoggin. For outstanding leadership and contributions in improving the establishment of the agency's budget phasing plans for FY 2013 in cooperation with NASA's budget community. Our next category, the Exceptional Technology Achievement Medal. This medal is awarded for exceptional technology contributions, advancing future research capabilities or commercial applications that significantly contribute towards the achievement of NASA's mission. Today, we honor one in this category. Etharaj Venkatapathy, for exceptional success in developing thermal protection systems and entry technologies for planetary entry vehicles. Our next category is the Exceptional Public Achievement Medal. This medal is awarded to any non-government employee for a significant specific achievement or substantial improvement in operations, efficiency, service, financial savings, science, or technology which contributes to the mission of NASA. Today, we honor three in this category. Nathan Barnes, for exceptional achievement in advancing solar cell technology to a mission-capable state. June Lockhart, who could not be with us today, is being honored for outstanding talent in inspiring the public about space exploration and her many interactions with NASA. Bill Prady, who could not be with us today, is being honored for outstanding individual creativity in inspiring the greater public about NASA and the International Space Station through television's The Big Bang Theory. Our next category is the Exceptional Achievement Medal. This medal is awarded to any government employee for a significant specific achievement or substantial improvement in operations, efficiency, service, financial savings, science, or technology, which contributes to the mission of NASA. Today, we honor 9 in this category. Kathleen A. Gallagher, for exceptional achievement in advancing NASA's baseline performance review. David B. Jarrett, for exceptional contributions to the success of the LDCM mission by guiding it through the agency mission process, tailoring it as required for the best value to the government. Jonathan M. Krazel, for exceptional leadership and constant vigilance of the Space Shuttle transition and retirement activities. Eric J. Lindstrom, for outstanding intellectual and organizational leadership in the oceanographic community to develop the framework for sustained ocean observing. Christine McMahon-Bogner, for outstanding work with the Committee on Earth Observing Satellites. Claudia M. Meyer, for exceptional achievement in formulating and executing the NASA Space Technology Research Grants Program and developing the next generation of space technologists. Christopher Potts, who could not be with us today, is being honored for exceptional achievement in leading Mars Odyssey flight team in the design execution of data relay of the Curiosity landings, including real-time confirmation of its success. Tabisa T. Tepfer, who cannot be with us today, is being honored for distinguished performance in advocating and revamping the Office of Small Business Programs Collateral Products in 2012. Bertram R. Ulrich, for outstanding initiative in collaborating with the film, television, and entertainment communities to share NASA's story with the greater public. Our next category is the Exceptional Service Medal. This medal is awarded to a government employee for sustained performance that embodies multiple contributions which contribute to NASA's projects, programs, or initiatives. Today, we honor 4 in this category. Glenn A. Delgado, for exceptional service as the NASA's Associate Administrator for Small Business Programs. Rhoda S. Hornstein, for outstanding and sustained leadership in labor management relations, enabling the NASA mission through the fair, equitable, and respectful treatment of employees. Robert N. Jacobs, who could not be with us today, is being honored for continued innovation and dedication in the use of emerging technologies to better tell NASA's compelling story of exploration and discovery. Meredith M. McKay, who cannot be with us here today, is being honored for outstanding contributions to NASA's international space cooperation with Russia, and other international partners.
Did they both decide to skip it on their own? The husband and wife team, we saw them. Okay.
Our next category is the Outstanding Leadership Medal. This medal is awarded for notable leadership accomplishments that have significantly influenced the NASA mission. Sustained mission, leadership, and exceptionally high-impact leadership achievements should demonstrate the individual's effectiveness in advancing the agency's goals and image in the present and future terms. Today, we honor 3 in this category. Gregory D. Blaney, for outstanding leadership of the NASA Independent Verification and Validation Program. Erica Bovaird, for exceptional service in the development of the agency's current and future leaders. George R. Seftis, for distinguished service to the nation and NASA as the chairman of the Space Asset Protection Program. Ladies and gentlemen, each year NASA recognizes individuals who have made a profound impact to NASA's mission success. These individuals have been selected to receive one of two prestigious awards. Before we proceed with recognizing today's honorees, Mr. Bolden would like to say a few words.
It's not that I would like to, they told me to. But I do like to. I do like to, as a matter of fact. And thanks very much for your incredible job as the MC. That's really good. Let me congratulate all of the awardees so far. You represent the very best of the best. And I'm grateful for all that you bring, both professionally and personally, to your jobs. As Lori has said, every employee who wears a NASA badge, and even some who don't, are vital to our success. Whether you are a scientist, technician, an astronaut, a communicator, a manager, or provide other mission support, we couldn't do the amazing things we do, and a lot of them about which Dr. Alachi talked earlier, without each and every one of you. But there are a few all-stars on every team, and today we have the opportunity to show them our thanks. The next group of honorees represents the highest awards NASA gives to government and non-government individuals. First, the Distinguished Service Medal is NASA's highest form of recognition for a government employee. It is awarded to the employees who, by their distinguished service, ability, or vision, have personally contributed to NASA's advancement of the United States' interests. The individual's achievement or contribution must demonstrate a level of excellence that has made a profound or indelible impact on NASA mission success. Finally, the Distinguished Public Service Medal is NASA's highest form of recognition that is awarded to any non-government individual or to an individual who was not a government employee when the service was performed. This award honors those whose distinguished service, ability, or vision has personally contributed to NASA's advancement of United States interests. The individual's achievement or contribution must demonstrate a level of excellence that has made a profound or indelible impact on NASA's mission success. The men and women you are about to meet have gone way, way above and beyond the call of duty to advance America's civil space program. They are not only brilliant leaders in their fields, they are committed to the high standards and values that make NASA the world's leading space agency. Now my job is to rejoin Lori for the presentation of these medals and plaques.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden. Now for the presentation of the Distinguished Public Service Medal. Today, we honor 11 in this category. George Charles Adams, for outstanding contributions to the Space Launch System program, enabling significant technical advancements in the vehicle development at reduced costs. Deborah Barnhart, for outstanding leadership, contribution, and dedication towards informing the general public of NASA's programs and activities through the direction of the USSRC and Space Camp. G. Cordier, for exceptional service and significant contributions to NASA's science data capture and distribution systems for over 4 decades. Gary L. Enox, for exceptional leadership, teamwork, dedication, and extensive collaboration in response to the Marshall Space Flight Center's transformation, and realignment activities. Holland Ford, for leadership in the development of 3 generations of outstanding Hubble telescope instruments and the leadership role played in restoring HST's spherical aberration. Johnny L. Golden, for distinguished service and leadership in international cooperation and advancements in the International Space Station's materials, processes, and space environmental effects. Christopher J. Keller, for exceptional public service to NASA and Kennedy Space Center and outstanding dedication to the Ground Systems Development and Operations Program and previous NASA programs. Thomas B. McCord, for exceptional and sustained scientific achievements in understanding the origin and evolution of planetary bodies, including the Moon, Mars, Vesta, Ceres, Titan, and Europa. Alan K. Reuter, who cannot be with us today, is being honored for distinguished career service in providing critical support to NASA's human spaceflight efforts. Theodore L. Schaffner, for exemplary leadership, technical expertise, and dedication in support of the highest standards of safety and mission assurance performance for NASA's manned spaceflight programs. Gwen Shotwell, for outstanding leadership of the SpaceX team that developed and executed commercial spacecraft services which successfully supplied and returned critical cargo for the ISS. Our final presentation is the Distinguished Service Medal. Today, we honor 22 in this category. Austin B. Baggett, for visionary leadership in reshaping and expanding JPL programs conveying the experience of NASA's space exploration to the public at large. Pawan K. Bhartia, for your lifelong leadership and intellectual contribution to NASA's monitoring of the atmospheric ozone and the establishment of a long-term zone climate record. Stephen F. Cash, for distinguished performance and technical leadership during the successful completion of the Space Shuttle program at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. James P. Connolly, who could not be with us today, is being honored for exceptional engineering accomplishments, skills, and inspiring leadership that have made a profound and indelible contribution to NASA's life sciences missions. Annette C. Dittmer, who cannot be with us today, is being honored for distinguished service in managing the Kennedy Space Center exchange operation. Richard A. Ferrer, for distinguished service to NASA for advancing atmospheric aerosol remote sensing. Neil T. Frink, for meritorious achievement of applied aerodynamics through notable contributions in the development, application, and evaluation of aerodynamic concepts and methods. Samuel Golkis, for distinguished service in the development and application of submillimeter instruments for past, present, and future space missions, including COBE, Rosetta, Juno, and JUICE. Daniel W. Hartman, for exceptional dedication and technical leadership of the International Space Station Mission Management Team. Wayne R. Johnson, who could not be with us today, is being honored for pioneering contributions in rotorcraft research, bringing the power of physics-based and comprehensive analysis to the design of rotorcraft. Norman G. Loeb, for distinguished service in the continued pursuit of observations and understanding of the Earth's radiation budget. Catherine L. Luders, for exceptional vision and leadership in the development and execution of commercial resupply services, enabling domestic resupply to the International Space Station. John T. Madura, who could not be with us today, is being honored for extraordinary leadership in establishing and maintaining 20 years of interagency cooperation for more effective, efficient weather support to America's space programs. David J. Magnus, for a long and successful career enabling NASA's missions as a spacecraft dynamicist, attitude control specialist, and satellite doctor. James D. McHuston, for exceptional achievement in developing and successfully launching and operating the most missions to the planet Mars in NASA's history. Carl B. Pilcher, for distinguished leadership and vision in developing an interdisciplinary astrobiology community to support NASA missions. Richard J. Silcox, for sustained excellence and outstanding contributions to the agency's acoustics programs. James F. Spann, for sustained exemplary service and leadership over almost 30 years, contributing to NASA's scientific understanding of the Earth and the universe in which we live. Gene Swank, for outstanding contributions to NASA science. Peter C. Tysinger, who could not be with us today, is being honored for distinguished and dedicated service to the NASA mission in the exceptional project management of roving missions on Mars and institutional technical leadership at JPL. Frederick R. Van Wert, for outstanding administrative resources and operations management contributions facilitating the success of numerous NASA teams and missions. Bruce Woodgate, for exceptional career achievements and distinguished service to NASA. Let's give all of our honorees another round of applause for their outstanding contributions to NASA. Before we conclude the ceremony, I would like to extend our special appreciation to Mr. Bolden and Ms. Garver, Dr. Alachi, the Military District of Washington's Joint Armed Forces Color Guard, Omega Jones, and the ceremony volunteers for their contributions in making today's ceremony a success. The NASA Agency Honor Awards program would not have been possible without the dedication and contributions of the Incentive Awards Board, NASA expert panels, Center review boards, and the NASA awards community. We would also like to recognize the outstanding efforts of the NSSC for orchestrating today's ceremony. To the honorees, we thank you for participating in today's event, and we wish you much continued success in the future. I hope everyone has enjoyed the ceremony as much as I have. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next year.